Look at her shoes. The cruel laughter echoed through the crowded school bus as it rumbled through suburban Toronto on a chilly Monday morning. A group of high schoolers at the back burst into giggles, pointing at a quiet teen girl sitting alone near the window. Her name was Emma, 15 years old, soft-spoken, and always carrying a second-hand backpack that had seen better days. Her head stayed low as the taunts grew louder. Those look like thrift store rejects. Did your grandma buy those for you? Bet she can't even afford lunch. The insults came from Chloe, the most popular girl in school, rich, confident, and cruel when surrounded by her friends. Her perfect blonde hair glowed in the morning light, and her expensive designer bag sat proudly on her lap. Emma's hands trembled as she tried to tuck her shoes under the seat. She wished she could disappear. But what happened next froze everyone. Chloe grabbed her phone, snapped a photo of Emma, and said loudly, "Let's post this. #BusFashionFail." Her friends laughed as she typed, "When your shoes scream poverty face with tears of joy." Emma gasped. "Please don't post that," she begged, her voice breaking. Chloe smirked. Too late. Just then, the bus jerked to a stop. The laughter died down. From the driver's seat, a deep voice spoke, calm but heavy with authority. "Everyone stay seated." The driver, Mr. Harris, slowly stood up. He was in his late 40s, with a weathered face that showed years of early mornings and tough passengers. But his eyes, calm and kind, carried a power that made even rowdy teens go quiet. He walked down the aisle, each step echoing against the metal floor. The whole bus watched. When he reached Chloe's seat, he held out his hand. "Phone," he said simply. Chloe froze. Excuse me?" "You heard me," he said. "Phone. Now." The air grew tense. The sound of the idling bus engine filled the silence. "Why should I?" Mr. Harris's tone sharpened. "Because I just watched you humiliate a student who did nothing to you. Hand it over." Everyone stared. Chloe hesitated, then reluctantly placed the phone in his hand. He looked at her firmly. "You think what you did is funny? Posting pictures to make someone feel small? That's not confidence, that's cowardice." A few gasps rippled through the bus. Even Chloe's friends sank into their seats. Emma stared at him, eyes wide, unsure what to say. Mr. Harris turned to her. "You okay, kid?" She nodded slightly, tears glistening but refusing to fall. He smiled gently. "Good. You don't deserve that. Nobody does." Higher bus went still. Even Chloe's face softened. Mr. Harris turned toward Emma. "I'm sorry, kid. I should have stopped it the first time. That's on me." Emma's lips quivered. "It's okay." "No," he said gently, "it's not." Then he looked around at the others. "You all need to hear this. What you say, what you laugh at, what you post online, it sticks with people. Sometimes forever." The bus was silent except for the faint hum of the engine. Then he did something that no one expected. He held up Chloe's phone, and pressed play on a voice memo. A video recording appeared, Chloe's photo of Emma, along with the cruel caption she had typed. The students watched in shame as their laughter from minutes ago played back like an ugly echo. Mr. Harris then looked straight at Chloe. "You've got a choice right now," he said. "You can delete this, and pretend none of this ever happened. Or you can do what decent people do, and make it right." Chloe swallowed hard, eyes glistening. "How do I make it right?" "Start with an apology," he said. For a moment, the bus held its breath. Then Chloe turned toward Emma. Her voice cracked. "I'm sorry. I shouldn't have posted that. She trailed off, looking ashamed. Emma nodded quietly. "It's okay. Just don't do it to anyone else." Mr. Harris smiled faintly. Good. That's step one. He handed the phone back, and then, with a hint of a grin, said, now, step two. He walked down the aisle and looked straight at Emma. I made a call while the officer was here, he said. That leadership program I mentioned? They're offering you a full scholarship. You start next month. The whole bus gasped. Emma's jaw dropped. Wait, what? Are you serious? He nodded. You've got potential, kid. You just needed someone to see it. Tears filled her eyes. Thank you, Mr. Harris. I don't know what to say. Say you'll keep going, he replied softly. And one day, you'll help someone else, the way I should have helped you sooner. As the bus pulled up to the school, something incredible happened. The same kids who had mocked Emma moments ago started clapping. Not fake applause, but real, genuine respect. For Emma. For the driver. For what they'd just learned about kindness, courage, and redemption. Emma stepped off the bus with her head high for the first time. And as the doors closed behind her, Mr. Harris looked in the rearview mirror and whispered to himself. Maybe today, we finally changed something. Then, turning back to the bullies, he said something that made the whole bus silent again. You see, I used to be that kid. Poor shoes. Worn backpack. People laughed. But let me tell you something, those kids who laughed. They didn't go far. Because kindness gets you places money never will. A soft murmur filled the bus. Even Chloe looked down, cheeks red. Then Mr. Harris did something unexpected. He reached into his jacket pocket, pulled out a small card, and handed it to Emma. Here, he said quietly. It's a student leadership program downtown. I think you'd be great for it. The entire bus looked stunned, Emma most of all. But before she could say anything, a police cruiser suddenly pulled in front of the bus. The flashing lights reflected across the windows. The students gasped. Mr. Harris's eyes narrowed. Stay seated, he said firmly, stepping toward the door. Something bigger was happening, and none of them knew yet how far this day would go. The red and blue lights flashed through the bus windows. Everyone went silent. Mr. Harris stepped outside, speaking briefly with the police officer who had just pulled up. The students whispered nervously, thinking Chloe's bullying had somehow escalated into a criminal case. What's going on? Chloe muttered, her voice trembling for the first time that morning. Emma sat frozen, clutching the card Mr. Harris had given her. She didn't understand either, but somehow, she trusted him. After a few minutes, Mr. Harris climbed back aboard. The officer gave a small nod and drove off. The bus was silent as everyone watched him return to his seat. When he turned to face the students, his eyes weren't angry anymore, just sad. Do you all know why that officer stopped me? He asked quietly. No one spoke. It wasn't because of the bullying, he said. It was because I forgot to report something important last week, something I saw right here on this bus. He paused. The silence grew thick. Last week, he continued, another student, same group, threw a crumpled note at Emma. Called her names. Told her to sit at the back with the losers. I saw it happen. And I said nothing. I was tired, running late, just wanted peace. But that silence made me part of the problem.